You've seen the headlines, right? You've seen those mind-blowing AI demos. It feels like artificial intelligence is getting smarter by the second. And for a lot of us in white-collar jobs, there's this nagging fear that the bots are officially coming for our jobs. I mean, it's the question on pretty much everyone's mind, isn't it? Are we all just training our own replacements? It's a totally valid anxiety. But what if the real story is a little more complicated, a lot more nuanced than just, mass replacement? Let's really dig into this. So, to get past all the speculation and the scary headlines, we're going to look at this really fascinating study from Germany. And what they did was, well, it was pretty clever. Instead of just asking people if they're afraid of AI, they went straight to the source. They went to employers to see how finding out about automation actually changes what they plan to do with their business. Here's how it worked. The researchers picked a very specific group, German tax advisors. First, they asked them, hey, how much of your employees' work do you think could be automated? Then they showed them the real data, what the experts said. And finally, they came back and asked, okay, now that you know the facts, what are you going to do about it? Simple, but brilliant. Okay, don't worry about reading the German text on this slide. Just look at the chart. Those blue dots, that's what the business owners thought could be automated. The red dots, that's what the experts found. And you can see it right away. For almost every single job, there was this massive gap. Employers were seriously underestimating what AI can do. So the employers have this aha moment, they've seen the data, and they now get that a huge chunk of their work can be automated. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. What happens now? Do their plans change? And let me tell you, the expert data was a real bombshell. Just look at this. On the left, for tax clerks, the experts said 100% of their core tasks could be automated. 100%. And it's not just the entry-level jobs. On the right, for the highly skilled tax advisors, that number is a staggering 62%. We're not talking about making coffee here. This is the heart of their profession. When you see numbers like that, the next step seems pretty obvious, right? If you can automate 100% of a job, you probably don't need the person doing that job anymore. So are the pink slips getting printed as we speak? Well, this is where the whole story takes a really unexpected and fascinating turn. So here's the absolute kicker. Even after learning that huge parts of their businesses could be automated, the employers reported basically zero change to their hiring or firing plans. The researchers themselves said the effect was statistically indistinguishable from zero. No mass layoffs, no hiring freezes, nothing. It's wild. Okay, so if companies aren't planning on firing anyone, but they are planning on using all this one AI tech, there's got to be a financial benefit somewhere, right? So where is all that extra productivity and money actually going? Let's follow the money. Well, first up, employers expected their revenue growth to jump by a pretty healthy 2.5 percentage points. Makes sense, right? More automation means more efficiency, you can serve more clients, you can make more money. And of course, with more money coming in the door, it's no shocker that they also expected their profit growth to climb by about 2.1 percentage points. So, for the business, the keys for AI is crystal clear. But what about the employees? After all that extra revenue, all that extra profit, what did employers expect to happen with wages? And this is the gut punch. A tiny, almost unnoticeable increase of 0.3 percentage points. It's practically nothing. And the study just puts it out there, plain and simple. Those financial gains from AI, yeah, they're not really being shared. Companies are looking at this as a way to pump up their own bottom line, not their employees' paychecks. So if jobs aren't going away and wages aren't really going up, what on earth is changing? Well, the study shows us that the story isn't about replacement, it's about transformation. The actual work people do is what's evolving. Think about it. When all the routine, boring tasks get automated, it frees people up to do other, often more valuable things. Employers said they see a growing need for brand new skills. Things like managing legal tech, using AI for compliance, getting really good at prompt engineering to get the best out of these tools, and doing quality control on all the automated work. And that leads directly to this next point. To handle all these new tasks, people need new skills. And, surprise, surprise, the study found that firms were way more likely to invest in training after they learned about AI's potential. But look closely, the big jump is in specialized training. This isn't about going back to college for a general degree, it's about targeted upskilling for this new AI-powered world. So let's just step back and put all these pieces together, because it paints a totally different picture of what AI's impact is going to be, one that's a whole lot more complex than the simple "robots are coming for us" story.
The real story, at least for now, seems to be a lot less about outright job replacement and way more about job transformation. The individual tasks that make up your job are changing, and the skills you need to do that job, they're changing right along with it. So what's the bottom line here? First, maybe the immediate fear of mass layoffs is a bit overblown. Second, AI is absolutely going to be a huge engine for productivity and profits for companies. Third, the future of work looks like a future of constant learning, really focused on new specialized skills. And that brings us to the biggest point of all. The real debate we need to have is about who gets to benefit from all this new wealth. This study suggests that if we just let things run their course, those gains are going to flow straight to the owners of the companies. And that leaves us with the final and most critical question of all. As AI makes all of us more productive, who really deserves to get that paycheck?